Hey guys, this is LeetCode 125 valid palindrome. Given a string, determine if it is a palindrome, considering only alphanumeric characters and ignoring cases. For the purpose of this problem, we define empty string as a valid palindrome. So example 1 and 2, we just have to clarify what is a palindrome. So a palindrome is a sequence of characters that you can read the same from front to back and also from back to front. And yes, here we have a rule that the valid characters are just alphanumeric characters. So we have to ignore punctuation, spaces, we have to ignore cases. Yes, we just need to consider letters and digits. So there are a few approaches that we can use to solve this problem. The first one is to use a stack. So we can put all the characters in this sequence, ignoring the invalid ones, into a stack. And by doing that, we can iterate through this stack by comparing the first character in this stack with the digit that we are in the current index here in this sequence. If they match, we can go to the next one. If they don't match, we can assume that this sequence is not a valid palindrome. This solution has a time complexity of big O of n and a memory complexity of also big O of n, where n is the length of the sequence of character. We can also use another approach called two pointers here, where we can have a left pointer starting at the beginning of the sequence and a right pointer starting at the end of the sequence. And we also have to check if the current index is a valid character. If not, we can go backward with the right character and we can go forward with the left character. When both when both indexes has valid characters, we can try to compare. If they are equal, we can continue till we get to the middle of the sequence, or till both index are less or greater than the other. And if they are not equal, we can assume that the sequence is not a valid palindrome. Okay, so let's try to write some code and see how can we solve this problem. The exercise is saying that an empty string is a valid palindrome, so we can start by checking this. If s.length is equals to 0, we can return true. Otherwise, we can iterate through the sequence with two pointers. So we can have the left pointer and also the right one. And while left is less than right, we can continue through this loop. So let's see. We have to check if both indexes has valid characters. We can do this by checking if first left is still less than right, and if the current character is not a letter or digit, the current character is the s of left. So if it is not a digit or a letter, we can go forward. And we also have to do this check with the right pointer. So if the right pointer does not have a valid character, we can go backward like this. Okay, so by now we can assume that both characters are valid characters, and we can compare if they are equal. We can do this with if the, let me see, the char to lower, because we have to ignore case of s.left is different from char to lower of s.right. If they are different, means that this sequence of characters is not a valid palindrome. We can return false. Otherwise, we can go forward and backward with both pointers by left plus plus and right minus minus. And if we get out of this loop, means that we check it all the characters from left and right side, and they all return it true for equality for us. So we can assume that this sequence is a valid palindrome. So we can just return true. And if we do not have any typo here, I think this is the solution for this problem. Let's check. Okay, let's try again. Let's try the sample 2. Let's try to hit submit. Okay, that's it, guys. The time complexity for this solution is big O of n, where n is the length of the sequence of characters, and the time and the space complexity here is constant, is big O of 1, because we are not using any additional memory that grows with the length of the input. Okay, so thanks for watching.